Well, today's recipe, more than a century old, rich in both history and in flavor. No matter how you choose to make it, we are cooking up a storm with Jacob Dickey and making almond corn chowder.
Yeah, we're doing a little bit of a swing on the traditional corn chowder. We get to the fall, you get starting soup months.
I don't know that I've heard of almond corn chowder.
Yeah, this is a nice little take on it here, and the almond gives it a little bit of a nuttier flavor to it,
Makes
which
sense.
complements really well with the corn chowder thing. And for health reasons, someone who maybe is sensitive to dairy or just trying to watch things, instead of all of that cream and milk,
Sure,
you're using some almond milk with it instead.
And is that where you're getting the sole almond flavor?
Correct.
Or is it coming
That's
from?
it. Yep, you get nothing from there.
Interesting.
And then everything else is the good old standard veggies.
And I honestly, other than corn, in corn chowder, I don't think I know what goes in it. So you're going to have to talk me through all the ingredients.
Yeah, the great thing about a chowder is, you can really put whatever you want in there.
Okay.
You got corn chowder, clam chowder. It's got a lot of stuff in there. It's usually a bit thicker, too. And we'll talk about ways that we can add some variety to it or make it a little different, some variations, I should say. And we'll also talk about some shortcuts that we can do, too.
Okay, perfect.
The power of a crock pot. As Heather likes to say, I only cook in crock pots, and I don't know.
Correct. I think that may be true.
This is what this is going to be, is a nice crock pot recipe you can put in before work, head to work, 8 hours later, you've got a nice, hearty meal.
You eat your cereal out of that in the morning, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's all about the crock pot.
Let's talk about some of the veggies that we've got in there. So first off, corn, of course, is the main staple here. Now, you can use either canned corn right here, or you can get the ears of corn. I actually, this summer, once I got some sweet corn from the area, I did blackened corn in the pan and had that. So I'm going to use some of my freezer blackened corn. If you don't have that, eared corn or even a couple of cans of corn is going to work just fine here.
So you blackened it and then just put it in the freezer for use whenever you decide.
Yeah, that's what I did, is just sliced it off the cob and put it on in there, and I blackened it because I think it adds such good flavor with the cast iron in there. So that's going to be the base of our chowder. So now we're going to talk about some of the other veggies we're going to do. I've got a mixture of carrots and celery. Can't go wrong with that.
Nope.
Do about a cup each or whatnot. You don't have to exactly measure it out, but that'll work. We'll throw that on into the crock pot. And then we're also going to do some potatoes right here. And I also have some bacon next to it.
I did notice the bacon.
We're
That's the first thing I saw.
You can do everything better with bacon. I left all the drippings on there, so it looks kind of greasy and whatnot. We're going to put all of the drippings from that pan that are in there. If you want to leave that out, totally fine. But this is going to go into the pan here as we add about 2-3 cups of potatoes. I sliced them and diced them, and then about 8 strips of bacon.
And other than the bacon, none of this has been pre-cooked in any sort of way,
No,
right?
it really has not. It's going to cook nice and well into the crock pot and take care of itself there. Last thing I'm going to do, onion. And how easy are these? You get the containers at the store.
That's the way to go.
Oh, it is, yeah. One thing, if you want to do, you can cook these in the bacon grease a little bit to soften them, but they're going to do just fine. I just put the bacon grease straight in there, and I'll put the onion in too. We'll do about a cup of it or so.
Okay.
And that's going to be our veggies.
And this looks like it's going to make a lot of soup.
It is. This is a 6-quart crock pot. It's going to go really well here and be delicious. What we're going to do now is we're going to talk about some of the seasonings we're going to add real quick before we let it cook and do the TV magic and come back.
Is it low and slow, or is it different?
This is going to be low and slow, 8 hours or so.
Okay.
If you need to go a little quicker, you can, but a nice chowder, low and slow is going to take care of it. I'm going to put in a little salt here. I got a little container of some salt that I keep at home, and I just kind of sprinkle in some in there for flavor. I'm also going to use marjoram and bay leaves. That's going to be what I get for the seasoning. Marjoram, a really nice fall seasoning in there. Just sprinkle some on top.
You didn't say margarine.
No, marjoram.
Marjoram. I don't know what that is.
So marjoram leaves here, and I'm probably saying it wrong too. Someone's going to.
No, I mean marjoram. That's what it looks like, but it sounds very much like some sort of butter.
Whole Egyptian marjoram leaves. Smell it a little bit. It's got a nice, kind of like that fall flavor you get in some things. So,
all right, I've never heard of such a thing, but
we'll put that in there.
I'm going to believe you.
There we go, perfect. It's a little different. You just cook with salt and pepper, right?
If that.
Yeah. All right.
Whatever Chili's uses, that's what I end up getting.
There it is. So then I'm going to put a couple of bay leaves in there, and that's going to be all my veggies and my seasonings. The last thing that goes in there, I can't get these bay leaves out.
There we go.
There we go. 2 bay leaves go right on top. Last thing we're going to do is we got to have our broth.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's not very soupy at all.
No, it's not. So we're going to use almond milk.
Okay.
And if you want to use regular milk, you can too, but the almond milk really adds a nice flavor to it. I got a carton of it here, and I got to pull a little tab out too.
Yeah. Brand new.
We're going to go about 4 cups or so in there.
You just guessing here?
Yeah, that's how it goes. I'm going to fill my crock pot up because it's going to be what I'm eating for the next week or so.
All right.
And nice fall weather's here.
All right. Well, we're going to let you fill that up, and then we'll do the low and slow thing, and TV magic. 8 hours will pass in about 30 minutes.
That's right.
You get to try it?
You'll get to try some. Maybe you won't burn your mouth this time?
Well, we'll see. Like 0 for 4 on that so far. If you want more details on this recipe and see how you can make it for yourself at home, we'll get you there at our website, CILiving.tv.